The room was quiet and filled with the faint ticking of the clock. A woman sat across from Jungkook and her eyes were sharp. Her hands were resting calmly in her lap. Do you really think she will understand? No, she'll never understand, not yet. And still you agreed. I don't just care. I chose her a long time ago, and I'll make sure no one else take that place beside her. The lady gave a faint smile. You sat at your desk, papers scattered everywhere, though you didn't read a single word. Marriage, mom thinks this is right time. I can't. My career just started. You tried to sound fair, but your voice came out softer. Then you won it. And how can I even think about marrying someone else when I have your words stop short? You're just fighting. You bit your lips, forcing yourself to cover it up quickly. When I have too many responsibilities, that's what I mean. But the truth pressed hard, unspoken. The reason was not just your career, it was the face that flashed in your mind every time you thought about marriage. The one person you hated and yet couldn't ignore. You shoved the paper aside, muttering under your breath, ugh, not him, never him. I don't care what my heart says. But then his voice came back in your mind. The conversation with Jungkook yesterday. His smirk has been impossible to ignore. His words still came in your mind. If you want, I can be your boyfriend. He was your rival, the one you always fight against, the one who made your blood boil with irritation, but also he is the one who knows how to melt it. Your fingers trembled. I cannot actually ask him. Can I? The clock ticked loud in the silence. Every second pushed you closer to the choice you didn't want it to make. I cannot believe I'm about to do this. You stood up and grabbed your jacket. Your feet felt heavy as you walked out. You reached the door and you stopped for a moment, your hands hovering in the air. You tried to scream, to turn back, but your mind whispered that you had no other choice. Finally, you knocked the door. The door opened, and there he was, Jungkook leaned against the frame with the same annoying smirk on his lips. He ran over like you had been waiting for the moment. His eyes ran over like you had been waiting for that moment. Well, well, look who came all the way here. Do you miss me already? You rolled your eyes and tried to sound firm. Do not falter yourself. I am only here because I need your help. Ah, say it again. I love when you admit that you need me. Your teeth pressed harder against your lips. You hated giving him that satisfaction. Still, you forced the word out. I need you to act like my boyfriend in the front of my mom. She's coming today. She wanted to fix my marriage, and I cannot let that happen. For a moment, he just stared at you, and then he laughed softly, and he shook his head. Wow, I know that day would come. Stop being dramatic, just answer yes or no. He leaned closer until his eyes locked with yours. His voice dropped low. I will do it, but only if you ask properly. Say please, Jungkook. You are impossible. And yet you are here. So what will it be? You silence spoke. Please, Jungkook. His smirk on his face faded into something softer. His eyes flickered like he had been waiting for the moment longer than he would ever admit. For a second, neither of you moved, only your heart filled the silence. You and Jungkook were never friends. You were rivals from the very start. Both smart, both stubborn, and both never willing to back down. You were the only one who dreamed to become a CEO, and he was the one who always stood in your way. Every exam, every competition, every project turned into a battle between you and him. You argued, you mocked, and pushed each other's to limits no one else would. But hidden under the rivalry, there was something else, something unspoken, something you never dared to name. Now, Fat had placed you in the twist situation. You desperate to stop your forced marriage, and Jungkook secretly logging for you since the start. Few minutes later, he came at your apartment, and now you both are here. Don't overreact, just be normal. Normal for me is dangerous. Are you sure you want that? You glared, but before you could reply, the door opened and your mother came inside. Why and who is he? She stepped inside. Your face burned. You tried to pull your hand away, but Jungkook tightened his hold and leaned slightly towards your mom. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Jungkook, Ryan's boyfriend. He said with such easy, you almost believe him yourself. Boyfriend, that is new. Ryan never mentioned you. You stammered, but Jungkook cut it smoothly. She is shy, but I have been waiting to meet you. Honestly, I was nervous. Parents are the real bosses, right? Your mom chuckled at the boldness. You almost choke on air. You sound confident for someone who is nervous. That is because I like her too much. And when it's about her, I cannot hide my feelings. You punched aside quickly. He winked, but kept smelling like nothing happened. Oh, you two look very close. Is this the reason you refused to the proposal I brought Ryan? You frozen. Jungkook gave your hand another squeeze and spoke before you could think of a lie. Yes, ma'am, because she is already belongs to me and I belongs to her. She sat in the front of him. Your eyes widened. You whispered under your breath, "Stop saying such things." Jungkook leaned closer enough that only you heard. Why? Your heartbeat says it. You like it? Your cheeks heated. You pulled slightly away, but your mom was already smiling in approval. Hmm, interesting. Then, Jungkook, why don't you just stay for dinner? I want you to see more of this relationship. She almost squinted her eyes at you. Your stomach dropped. Jungkook grinned wider. With pleasure, ma'am. I never say no to family meals. You buried your face in your hand. The act had just gotten harder. Now the dinner table felt like a battlefield. Your mom across from you and Jungkook right beside you, too close. His arm brushed yours every time he moved. So, Jungkook, what do you do? Business major, top of the class. But honestly, my biggest achievement is winning Ryan's heart. You choked on your water. You're unbelievable. But you cannot deny the sound. Good. Your mom chuckled, clearly entertained. When food was served, Jungkook reached over and picked up a piece with the chopstick and held it out towards you. Open up, baby. No, I can eat by myself. Don't be shy now. Before you could protest again, he slipped the bite right in your lips. Your mother's face softened with an amusement. Your face turned red. A few minutes later, a grain of rice stick near your mouth, and before you noticed, Jungkook reached out and gently whipped it away with his thumb. Messy eater, cuito. Your mom tried to hide a smile. I came here to tell you, Ryan, that I had seen someone for you. And I was about to fix your marriage date, even you denied this time, because you reject thousands of boys already. But no doubt you two really do look naturally together. You're just Titan. You wanted to shout that it was fake, but the way Jungkook's eyes lingered on you, it didn't feel fake, not even a little. You glared at him under the table and whispered, "Stop overreacting." Overreacting or just being honest. Your heart pounded so loud that you swear that your mother could hear it. So tell me, when did you both meet? How did this start? You frozen. Ah, we. But Jungkook spoke before you could. His voice steady. His gaze never leave yours. It started long before she even realized back in college. You blinked at him. College? Jungkook smirked faintly. She was always competing with me, always glaring at me, always running when I got too close. But for me, it started the day she stood in the rain and refusing to lose, shivering, but still smiling like she had already won. That was the first time I thought, ah, this girl is unforgettable. You're just titan, you whispered, almost afraid. You remember that? Jungkook's eyes softened. I remember everything about you. You felt your breath hitch, those memories he mentions, those were moments you thought were only yours, private little scars and sparks. But he had been there too, watching and feeling. Jungkook, why are you saying all this? Jungkook leaned forward. His voice was firm. Because this is the truth. You thought I was just your rival, but every fight, every late night, every challenge, I won them. Because of you. Because of being with you felt like home. You're lying. You're just trying to act in the front of her. But deep down your heart thumped too hard to believe you won. You own words. I see. So this is not sudden. This has been a long time coming. Mom, wait, this is. Mom raised her hand. Her tone was calm but final. No one, I can see it. He's serious. I am convinced you will marry him. No more denying. Marry? But Jungkook slid his hand over yours under the table and his smirk returning. This sounds perfect, ma'am. We will marry. Even the date you choose, I'll accept it. Your head snapped towards him. What are you saying? You cannot just. Then it is decided. The same date I had fixed for Ryan's marriage will stay. But now it will be you and Jungkook. Are you insane? You just trapped me into this. No, sweetheart. I just claimed what you were mine. Always mine. Few moments later she left and now it's you and Jungkook. You turned to him and eyes widened. Did you hear her? Hear her? She fixed the marriage date. Do you even understand what you just did? Of course I heard that. That's what the whole point. The point, Jungkook, this is not some business deal. You cannot just agree to. This is my marriage, my life. Exactly your life, which means I will be in it permanently. Your stomach flipped. You clenched your fists. You went too far, saying all those things in the front of her. Those memories, they were real. They were mine and you. Mine too. Do you think I made them up? Every moment I mentioned tonight, I lived them. I felt them. I felt for you in them. He leaned closer, his voice low. Stop acting like you were the only one who felt something. You were not. You're lying. You're just twisting it. Then tell me, this wine, if I'm lying, why you are shaking right now? Why your heart racing so loud that I can hear it? You swallowed hard. Because I don't know, but no, because I love you. His thumb brushed on your skin, his eyes locked on yours. Say that again. Look at me in my eyes and say that you don't love me. You frozen. Your lips trembled. The word refused to come out. The silence between you spoke louder than anything. Jungkook smirked faintly, victory shining in his eyes. Thought so. Then his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, his smirk softened. What is it? He tilted to the phone towards you. A message glow on the screen. Congratulations, Jungkook. You agreed her, actually. She was never going to fix your marriage with anyone else. She knows how much you care. And that lady with Jungkook, she was her. And then suddenly he grabbed your wrist and tugged you forward, his mouth crashing onto yours. The kiss was sudden, like he had been holding it back from years. Your eyes went wide before faltering shut, your hands gripping the shirt as you